The school year got underway today in Haiti. While educators here in Chicago and the rest of the United States have been grappling with how to manage COVID safety, schools there have challenges that far outshadow even the pandemic. And today, humanitarian leaders are giving us a look at the struggle and the rescue attempt.
And I can tell you I was shocked by the images.
The images are harsh and divisive. U.S. Border Patrol agents trying to corral Haitian immigrants at the Mexican border. But it's what's behind these images that are driving the difficult reality. Most devastatingly, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake in southwestern Haiti.
Before the earthquake, violence, increased gang violence in the streets of Port-au-Prince, nutrition crisis before the earthquake, political instability.
The earthquake hit in August, killing more than 2,000 people and leaving hundreds of structures in ruin. It followed another earthquake in 2010. In between, deadly gang warfare, extreme poverty, and political instability that led to the assassination of Haiti's president.
This conjunction of different crises, one on top of the other, has really made the living conditions in Haiti extremely worse than when they were a few years back.
Laurent Duvillier is a UNICEF coordinator who's helped oversee the humanitarian effort in Haiti. Each of these challenges has taken an immense toll on Haiti's most vulnerable, its children, an estimated 260,000.
Always the children are paying the bill. The biggest burden is for them because they're deprived from water, from access to education, and then they're getting trapped into a cycle of poverty, exclusion, and eventually migration and violence.
The earthquake has deprived many of the most basic necessities of life.
What are those basic services? Water, for example. Water can help you to prevent diseases. Water is the basic passport for health.
As the slow process of reestablishing permanent clean water systems goes on, it must be trucked in via relief efforts. The earthquake also decimated schools. 906 of them, the vast majority in the region, were destroyed or substantially damaged. It's all part of what's driven the migration.
If schools are closed, if there is no livelihoods, if you have no access to drinking water, if you have no access to food, then migration becomes your only option.
And deportation back to Haiti, as is happening now. Duvillier says it creates a danger for the children. Many were born in Latin America and know little of Haitian culture.
We need to be careful because without adequate protection, those children who arrive in a country they don't know and where they don't speak the language will be extremely vulnerable to smuggling, to trafficking, to child exploitation and labor, to violence, and even in certain cases to enrollment in criminal gangs.
In the face of the extreme challenges, UNICEF has found a way to keep the education going, even without the schools. In the last few days, volunteers have distributed 60,000 backpacks full of supplies.
You know, Ray, I remember to see the joy of some of the kids who have already received those backpacks. You cannot imagine what it means for a child who has been through such a traumatic experience as the earthquake, what it means to receive a backpack.
But more are needed through donations to UNICEF to end the cycle of poverty, violence, and migration.
When the child goes back home, this smile and this joy is contagious and is brought back home to the parents. And that's what we want to create, a positive movement saying it is possible to live, to teach, to learn, and to grow healthy in Haiti today, despite the earthquake, despite the instability, despite the gang violence. It is possible, and we are seeing it every day, but we need more resources.
Meantime, more Haitians continue to make the journey to wait in squalid conditions at the Texas border. And the ACLU has filed suit to stop the use of what's known as Title 42, which speeds up deportation during a pandemic. It started by the Trump administration, but has been continued by the Biden White House. If you would like to donate to UNICEF, we have a link at WGNTV.com.